Good morning, everyone. The speaker will be joining soon. The speaker is expecting an introduction from all of us present here as a first basic activity, and then he will start. So please prepare your introductions until then. Ria, until then we can start with our otherwise things. Ria?
Yes, sure.
Yeah,
Hello, sir.
good
Hello,
morning, sir.
good morning.
So we'll start.
Yeah,
Good morning, everyone. I, Ria Reggie, on behalf of all the members of ESL, welcome you all to the second interactive workshop of this academic year. During the present times, we are forced to find innovative methods for information sharing, and thankfully, the new technologies allow us to do just that. I warmly welcome uh, Dr. Seema Unikrishnan ma'am and Dr. Bhavna Sharma ma'am to this meeting. And our guests for the day, Mr. Harshal Rane and Ms. Aziel Fiona Marquez. And definitely our audience for joining us today. A warm welcome to all. The Entrepreneurship Cell was started by the students of Amity University, Mumbai, under the guidance of Amity Innovation Incubator, Noida, to foster entrepreneurship among the students on the campus. We at the ECell are focusing on developing the entrepreneurial spirit of the young students, which we believe is pivotal for our country to develop and foster. ECell aims to provide an incubator to all the incubates within the campus with industry connections and hands-on experience in the art of entrepreneuring. We also look forward to inspire the students to play a prominent role in leading diverse entrepreneurial activities in the country and make a significant contribution to the global innovation. It was felt that we need to focus on how a business starts and how one should analyze the finances associated with it. So, most of our today's business started from nothing. So, our speaker, our expert speaker, is here to talk about all these problems, challenges, and their solutions to help make sense of what we are up against. Today's interactive section is on how to have the best communication skills to excel as an entrepreneur. I call upon Mr. Harshal Rane, who has a bachelor's degree in physics and a master's degree in acting and direction. Sir has worked with experienced directors in films, serials, and theatre experience and developed his communication skills to the next level. Sir, over to you.
Uh, Thank you so much. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
That's great. So, firstly, I would like to thanks Amity University and the team for this interactive workshop of e-masterclass, and also the cell and the Amity team, the management, and all the members present here. Myself, my name is Harshal, as you know, and I'm going to discuss few things with you. It is interactive workshop basically. It's not only me who is going to bore you up, surely. So I just want few students from you or few members from you to kindly introduce yourself so that I can get an idea with whom I am interacting, because today is interactive workshop and the topic is communication. Let us just get to this communication as a topic, as a subject from the scratch. So I would like to have the normal introductions. Even if you say my name is so and so, that is also okay. I don't want much time to be invested here. So let us start up. Anyone who
Yes,
is
sir.
coming forward to introduce?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good morning, sir, and everyone present here. I am Rituja. I am a third year clinical psychology student, and I am also the president of Entrepreneurship Cell, Amity University, Mumbai. And we are excited for the session today. Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome. Anyone else?
Very good morning, sir. Myself, Tushar Sharma. I am a semester 5 BTech CSE student of Amity University, Mumbai, and I'm the Vice President of Entrepreneurship Cell. And I'm definitely excited for this session today. Thank you, sir.
Great. Yes. Anyone more?
Good morning, sir. I am Samruddhi Dev. I live in Pune. I am a second year student pursuing Bachelor's of Business Administration in Amity Business School, Mumbai. I aspire to be an entrepreneur and I'm really excited about this workshop.
Great. I'm noting down few points while you are communicating with me. And that's what we are going to discuss. So it's going to be a practical demo of how we will go ahead. I can see only 3 to 4 cameras on here. Is it so, or my screen is not in proper resolution or something missing?
Yes, sir. You need to enable a large gallery view, then you will be able to see it. I think you can see
Okay.
the three dots in the middle
Yeah,
of the screen. Yes, over there you
I'm
have an
already
option
in that
gallery.
gallery. So now I'm switching to together preview. Okay, fine. No worries. So I hope everyone is listening, because this is an interactive workshop, and if you are communicating with me, it is good that we will have a one-to-one communication with each other, and then I can just find out few points to interact with you. Initials I have that I have started. See, when you are introducing yourself, or the today's topic is communication. I'm not going to tell you anything more about introducing yourself, because that will be very childish, I suppose. But yeah, when you are a business person, when you are an entrepreneur, okay, so each point should be noted down. Firstly, if you are communicating with someone, we should note this, that we should have something in our mind before we open up our mouth. So it all starts with thought process. If I don't have anything in my mind, maybe I would fumble, I would not speak properly, I would tell some reasons, I will end up with some reasons. So this is just a basic level of communication that I'm discussing with. Now we will move to the next level of communication. One is just introducing how the person is talking, how the person is looking, this kind of communication. The next level of interaction is communicating with your clients, communicating with companies, or communicating with other entrepreneurs. Even if we go in more detail, we get to know communicating is not only about talking or sharing thoughts. And also, talking is not only about vocals. Because in the school which I belong, uh, I have also done MA in acting, as few introduction notes you had received. In that, we have got a very good note that in communication, we have vocal plus physical. And one more communication skill you need is thought process. We forget these third point, 3 points. So what happens is, when you interact, all three when combined, you can show up that yes, I am confident, yes, I have some good company formation, and yes, you have to listen to me. You need to listen to me. See, when you watch any film is the best communication. Why? Because in initial first scene in any film, the director or actor or anyone, they give a in India there is a we say कि उंगली पकड़ के चलना in Hindi. I can't translate it in English because English में उसका मजा चला जाएगा. Few words are good in Hindi, so I'm using that language. I'm sorry, on this platform I'm using Hindi also, but we are Indians, and few expressions are best expressed in their mother language. So I'm using this. Ungli pakad ke chalna. So to audience, when you are showing that, okay, just give me your finger, I'll hold it up and I'll take you at the world, at a scene, at a place where you need to be. So there, from your seat, you jump to any another world. Suppose, say, if you are seeing Jurassic Park or that movie, you feel as if I am in that jungle, I am in that zone, I'm in that area. Why do you feel that? And that is the basic necessity of any communication. First, take your audience, take your client, take your partner to that zone where you want to communicate. This is the first very important point. पहले उसको वहां पे लेके चलो. Take him to that zone, that room where you need to show him whatever you want to communicate. Then after that, after the first scene, आगे जो भी होता है, whatever happens after that, you just accept it. Okay, hero is crying, you also cry. The hero heroine has a very sad scene, you also get depressed while watching that. Why? Because you gave the permission that yes, you take me and I am coming with you. You will make me cry and I am going to cry with you. So for communication, this is very, very important that you have to hold the audience. So here comes one word, that is holding the audience. Right? For that, one more word is very much important, that is impact. Now, what is impact? And what is this understanding? I'll just start again from the scratch for this. For holding the audience, now see, way of communications has changed. Nowadays, it was a time in 2010, 2015 when people used to say आजकल के लड़के. Now that term is also vanished. अभी आजकल के कुछ नहीं है, सभी आजकल के है. Everyone is from today's era. Why? Because till 2010, till 2005, everyone was facing some communication issue. Now you have a mobile, I have a mobile. You use WhatsApp, I use a WhatsApp. So communication has moved to a next level. Just day before yesterday, I was thinking what example is the best suitable example which I can keep in front of you. I just came across a watchman who was sitting like this and he was just talking. I thought initially he was talking with someone else who is not visible to me. Maybe he was here and someone might be in this area, you can imagine, and I was here. So I thought that this person is communicating with the person here. There might be someone here with whom this person is talking. But I was wrong. He was talking on a microphone or else a Bluetooth. Earlier, अगर कभी गलती से भी कोई रास्ते पे चलते हुए देखा आपने किसी को 20 साल पहले, if he is talking like this, you would say क्या पागल बात करते हुए जा रहा है. But today you won't use this term. You would say maybe वो फोन पे किसी और के साथ बात कर रहा है. So क्या वो आदमी बदला जो बात कर रहा है? नहीं, हम चेंज हुए जो सुनने वाले हैं. Listeners also have changed. Now this is the area which we have to understand. So communication के लिए यहाँ से हम लोग शुरुआत करते हैं. Let us start our topic from here. So I just want you, what did you understand from this example of that person talking on Bluetooth? And I am not calling him कि ये पागल है, ये किससे बात कर रहा है. Let us start from here. Anyone? Come on, I would like to hear from you. If we are discussing on communication और आपके तरफ से communication ही नहीं है, तो फिर communication का lecture ही नहीं हो पाएगा.
Sir, maybe their perception expanded and they now know the possibility that the person can also be speaking on the microphone as well.
Exactly. So this expansion happened, right? We got one more word, that is expansion. Very good. This is why communication is important. अगर आप बोलते ही नहीं तो ये expansion word जो है, perception word जो है, हमको पता ही नहीं चलता. Now, this formula you have to apply. you have to take perception of a person to a next level before you are communicating. Okay. And you have to expand the definition of that perception. You have to expand the definition of understanding, listening, or whatever it is. And what else? And what else? See, you are going to be a business owners in near future. And if a business owner is going to talk to someone, you need to have a preparatory ground. You need to prepare first, not yourself. Always it happens when we communicate, we try to prepare ourselves. But in communication, it is also important to prepare the person who you are going to address. Is it not important, guys? Have you even thought of this? It is only we prepare ourselves. कभी कभी हम लोग को सामने वाले को भी प्रिपेयर करना पड़ता है. Now, how about this? Can anyone discuss about this thing? Come on.
So may I?
Yes.
So the point I thought was very relevant, and I thought of example from our university only. Basically, what teachers do. I mean, teachers are amazing here, but what usually most of the teachers do is they will start speaking, and they'll start teaching what they know, and they would not understand that what zone the students are in. So if we are not in a mode of learning, if we have some other stressor going on in our life, or maybe we're just in a mood of maybe it's weekend and we just want to chill and not learn anything, or maybe some other stressor it could be. So teachers can be mindful of that, because no matter how good they teach, no matter how much effectively they communicate with us to put forth the point, if we are not in the mindset to learn, we won't gather anything. So that's I thought was very relevant in the teaching and communication aspect as well, and from the business as well. If we know the investor is not in a frame to understand our point, no matter how good statistics we give, no matter how much good audit and reports we give, the points that we make, it won't make sense, because the investor only is not in the mood to listen to us. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about.
That's great. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. So this is the first point I would like to highlight. In communication, it is not only you who is going to talk, it is someone who is going to listen. And you can't forget that. You can't deny this fact. So in communication, listener को पहले तैयार करो. If you are going to make some advertise, first research on this thing. कितने लोग तुम्हारे एडवर्टाइज को देखेंगे? How many people are ready to watch you? So in communication, this is the very first point which you should note. After this, everything starts. Okay. So can we just sum up this first point and move to the next point? Who will sum up this? I want someone to sum up this point.
I can try, definitely. Okay, so I
Yes.
think point says that as much as it is important for the speaker to be in the zone of talking about it, it is also important for the listener to be in the zone of listening and actively listening, because if they aren't actively listening, then they wouldn't gain anything out of it. And then the speaker speaks for no reason if the listener is not actively listening.
Yes. The next point, very good, Archie. Thank you so much. The next point is, now listener is ready. the person who wants to communicate, he is ready. The next point is when you talk, you need to check in between कि सामने वाला मुझे सुन रहा है ना? Are you listening? This is the second point. And many of the business people, see, I was interacting just 1 hour before, I was interacting with my friend who was saying, yaar, means I'm just having a Hindi word here because again, वो expression English में नहीं आ पाएगा. He was just trying to communicate how flop the idea was, which he got. And I had something different to tell him, but he was not listening. He was continuously going on talking, going on talking, going on talking. He was not even trying to give me a space to say, okay, yes. So this is very important. When you say, when you communicate, check if the person is listening, give him a space so that he is in your communication. It is not only you who is going to talk. When I tell my students, okay, dialogue bol ke dikhao, and if there is any fresher, he will just go on with the dialogues. First line, second line, third line, fourth line, fifth line. Okay, sir, I'm done. See, this is my dialogue. I say, wow, it is only you who has said this. It is a monologue. It is not a dialogue then. But in your world, which you are going to handle in future, you will be having a dialogue. You will not be having a monologue. So first, the next topic here, which I want to say, is difference between a monologue and dialogue in communication. Please note it down. There is a difference. And there are many types of monologues, in fact, in communication also. Some monologues are such that you are talking to yourself. You can call it kind of soliloquy. Some dialogues are such that I am communicating with the person here and suddenly I am just getting aside to the audience and saying, देखा, अब मैं इसके साथ देखो क्या करता हूँ. And then again I talk to this person. This way, this mode of communication is called as aside. Now, I don't know how you would apply this logic to your business principle, or I don't know how would you understand this point and relate it with your learning. But I'm just giving you the definitions roughly. So in communication, these are very basic things which you should know. And now comes our main topic is the dialogue. Now what happens is in the dialogue, as I initially told, thought process is very important. If you are a owner or proprietor or an entrepreneur of some firm or some company, and you are going to discuss, you are going to talk about your product, how will you talk? And what will be the modes? It is not only vocal. Your body language is also important in that. Your thought process is important in that. Am I right or not? Say yes or no, someone.
Yes, sir, it's important as well as to maintain an eye contact when you are talking with someone. So that shows how confident you are while talking with the other person.
Yes. And also, when you are discussing anything, any product or any service of yours with someone else, and most of the times, if your eyes, if your eyeballs are moving away from the camera or away from the person, for example, okay, myself, I'm Harshal Rane, and I am owner of TTMM Activity Studio. And see, ये जो eye contact है ना, यहाँ पे जाना, फिर यहाँ पे आना, and then again saying, it shows that I don't have any topic in my brain. I am just on the spot. किसी ने मुझे बोल दिया, नींद से उठा और किसी ने बोल दिया someone is telling me to introduce yourself. This should not happen with you. At least while introducing your business, it should not happen. Introducing you is okay. But introducing your services, introducing your USPs, your highlights is very important. Because that is going to give you money, that is going to fetch you clients, that is going to fetch you referrals from people. कोई भी इंसान ऐसा नहीं है यहाँ पे जो बोलेगा, he will say, no sir, I don't want any clients. My business is set, sir. I guess no one here. Everyone is learning, right? You want clients, you want public attention. So how is this possible? So there was a term or there was a word which I used, impact. Now just note this point, impact. How will you make an impact on someone? Remember, it should not be an impression. It should be a mixture of expression as well. You have to express something. Don't always try to go to create an impression. I'm not here to discuss about, okay, Shakespeare ने business के लिए ये line बोला था. I'm not here to talk about those things. मेरे पास बहुत सारी lines पड़ी हुई है. I'm not using those lines. I am talking to you my heart out. Right? So be genuine, be true, know what you have, know what is the need, what is the communication need. Now you tell me, from all those people here, I just want to know what kind of business or what kind of goals you have that you have to achieve, what kind of entrepreneur you would be. What are
Hello,
your
sir.
goals?
Sir Tushar here. So basically, I am from a technical background, and I see in my particular field there are no startups. Like there is a diverse range of startups in other fields, but as compared to others, there is no such startup in my field, which is technical. There's a lot of scope, but people are not able to find the right choice for the startup. So I would like to have a startup in my field that will empower others to build their own.
Okay, my next question for you is Tushar. Now, everyone, please pay attention here. Tushar, you feel that you are from the field of electronics, if I'm not wrong, right?
So computer
Technical.
science.
Huh?
Computer science.
Computer science. Okay. So is it that you will only discuss your services, your products, or your goals with only those people from your field?
No, sir, because like this computer science field has its application in each and every sector. So it's not just restricted to my domain, but others can also get benefited from my particular startup.
Yes, this is my point. Many people fail to understand this. Many entrepreneurs fail to understand this thing, that I don't have to stick to my domain. Be vast in your communication. Communicate with your person and communicate with the other industry person as well. It would be a good learning. Trust me, I am running a studio right now. I was communicating with a lady who was doing postal agency. Few of you know there is a service, financial service, investment service, which is there with post. You means post office. We call it as Indian Post Service. Okay, so my friend told me, why are you talking to this lady? Instead, communicate to a person who is having a dance class. He will give you students to your academy. I am having basically acting course running right now. Okay. So he told me, go to a dance class It is better to communicate with those people instead of communicating with these finance people. How are they helpful to you? But remember, in communication, there are no limits. If you talk properly, if you communicate what you are properly to someone, you are definitely going to fetch clients for you. You are definitely going to get results for you. I'm talking this from client perspective. I will come on other background as well. Okay, so I just communicated with her. These are my services. I requested her, ma'am, can you please just pass on my message to needy? She said, she definitely, she will say, I don't know who needs it. After that, if anyone else would have been in my place, he would have thought, okay, let's cut short, just break it. There's no use of communicating anything to this lady because she don't know who needs my service. What I did was, my communication was, I told her, ma'am, please can you keep my image or poster on your WhatsApp, please? She just posted that image on a WhatsApp and wonders happened. I got 2 students in very few next 2 days. If I had not communicated with a positive mindset, it would have been an end communication. Right? How is that lady helpful to me? She doesn't even know कि किसको वो पोस्टर देना है. So be creative, be positive. In this way, if you are feeling कि अरे हर्षल सर का लेक्चर सुन के मुझे क्या मिलने वाला है, what I am going to achieve, maybe you are not communicating with me, so what I will tell you, there is also the another side of the coin, right? So never ever think, if you are an entrepreneur, never ever think that the person in front of you is of no use. This is a lack of communication. This comes under the section communication. Please note this point and highlight this point, because I have seen businesses coming from even a watchman to a big businessman. A watchman told, sir, यहाँ पे एक घर है जो बेचने के लिए खाली है. And the person who was searching for someone, he got a single reference from that watchman, and 1 करोड़ का जो घर है वो एक वॉचमैन के वजह से बेचा गया. This comes definitely under a communication skill. You feel, अरे यार ये काम वाली बाई है, what is, she is of no use. Ask her, कितने लोगों के घर तू जाती है? How many house you visit? She will tell you she might be visiting some good people. Maybe in turn, some communication may happen and some wonder may work out. So this point, how will you sum up? Anyone? I want this second point to sum up of communication. What all things we discussed in this communication topic? Yes.
Go ahead, Rimjam.
Yes, I don't think we can see your raised hand.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was used to raising hand. Okay, so this point can be summed up as communicate with an open mindset and don't have your own what is the word? Don't have your own prejudices affect you in communication.
Exactly. So I think, am I running short of time, or is the another speaker here, and should we continue with her or should we continue with me?
Azil ma'am is here.
Okay.
You can probably conclude your session and then we can start
Yes,
with
sir.
Azim ma'am at 12:10.
Yeah, sure. So thank you so much, guys. I just hope so that I am giving you a proper knowledge, proper understanding of communication. Also, my last point to sum up is you need to talk with all your aspects. It's not only about your voice who is communicating. Now, I'll not going to bore you or burden you with all the voice qualities. What are the voice qualities? You can connect me in person if you want to learn about what is voice, what is pitch, what is voice modulation, what is timbre, what is tone. If you want to know all anything about this, you can communicate with me, be in touch with me. You can follow me on Instagram, and I am here to solve your problems. It is not only I am limited to this one session. If you want my solutions, I am always there with you. And my Instagram ID is Harshal the actor. If anyone has any doubts, you can ask me. Even the organizers have my contact details. You can take my contact number from these organizers. And if you need any help in what is communication, what are the details in communications which we have discussed today, I can surely definitely tell you about what is communication. And very important point is that listen, be a good listener. Don't just speak up. Many entrepreneurs I have seen, they just speak, they just speak, they just speak. They don't listen only. The best business person is the person who listens. Tata is listening the audience. Tata is gathering the information what people need. People need cheap car. He created a cheap car. People need mileage. He created cars which will give good mileage. So he was listening to people. वो उसकी खुद की मन की मन नहीं चला रहा था. Even Jio, people were fed up with the service that for each call I have to pay 2 rupees. Jio called Jio to Jio free. So Jio was the first person to listen to the audience. He was a real entrepreneur. He knew. So be a very good listener and only then you will succeed. First listen and then speak up. I'm sorry I didn't do this with you because आप लोग बात ही नहीं कर रहे हो. Right ना? आप लोग बात ही नहीं कर रहे हो इसलिए मैं बड़बड़ कर रहा हूं यहाँ पे. That is why I am going on with on and on. So let us sum up this topic that we got to know a few good points here. One is thought process, eye contacts, holding the audience, what is impact, how will you have a good impact on the audience's mind, reading the psychology of audience. Secondly, give a chance for the listener to react in between. Take his reactions. Let him say yes. Let him say no. Ask him few questions. Is it okay, sir? Am I correct, sir? तो सामने वाला सिर हिलाएगा. He will nod the head. If he is nodding the head, make him nod the head. It means you are keeping someone in loop. Always this, now remember, this formula is not कि you will use with anyone or you will say नहीं मैं principal के साथ गया था बात करने and principal didn't nod. So don't use this formula on principal. Formulas are for particular zones. नहीं तो or else you will say, sir, you told me this formula of nodding and I applied it with my principal and she slapped me. Okay. So I hope so I have communicated my topic well, and if any help, let me know. We can sum up this class and I want someone to sum up. I am done. Over to someone who can sum it up well.
Seema ma'am, would you like to do it?
Yeah. Um, so from this entire session, I have come to know, like, we need to have a right perception and we need to broaden, we have to expand our perception level. And the most important part is that we should be a good listener. That is what Harshal sir had mentioned. And for listening also at the same time, even while speaking, we need to have a very good eye contact. And it has to be added with a good expression. We generally create impression, but it is very important. We need to create a kind of an expression in our tone. And the other thing which we have mentioned is about the application. So we need to communicate more with the open-minded. That is what it has been said. And we have to have a voice quality with a proper modulation, with a proper pitch there. So this is what, which I could able to gather from the session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Seema ma'am. And I'm really thankful to all the organizers and Ria, who was coordinating with me, Remjim, who had a communication a little bit in this class. So all those who communicated, and because of that, we had this session. And Rutuja, thank you so much for connecting. And thank you one and all. Over to the next session.
Sir, we are looking forward for more session from you further, sir.
I am ready to have it. You
Yeah.
just tell me the dates.
Sure,
And if
sir.
you want any details on communication, expression, voice modulation,
Yeah,
I
that's what. Yes.
really help you out with voice modulation expressions, because entrepreneurs fail to have an expression on their face. Few entrepreneurs I have seen, they communicate, but their face is so dead that I think better I would talk to someone else. Better I would have like to have someone else's service than this person's service. इसकी भी सर्विस इसी के चेहरे की तरह डेड होगी. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that wonderful session. Let's go on to our next speaker, Ms. Aziel Varkes. She has a master's in human development and an ongoing master's in education. She is the current founder of GPS for Parents. GPS for Parents is an organization that ensures well curated, developmentally appropriate learning experience for your children's educational needs at an affordable cost and at all times. Anytime access in order to provide a holistic development right from the tender age. Ma'am, over to you.
Thanks a lot, and a warm good afternoon, I guess. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes,
Cool.
ma'am.
Okay,
Right.
great. First of all, thank you, MIT University, Rutuja, the Entrepreneur Cell, and Ria for constantly being in touch with me and for organizing the session. So thanks a lot. I'm truly humbled and feeling energized being a part of this group per se. If Mr. Arshal is there, I think I loved your session. After a long time, did I really sit in a lecture mode? So it made me go back to my college days. So that was really nice. So today, without spending more time, we will be focusing on the topic growth mindset. And majorly, I will be beginning by telling something about myself and what I feel I am and what I feel I am not. Okay. So I know it's going to be a tough beginning, but yes, let's do something. So, yes, Harshal spoke about dialogues, right? This session will be largely about monologues, about what are you telling your own self again and again repeatedly. So, are you all ready? Are you ready to fight yourself or to kind of speak to yourself rather? So one thing that I normally tell myself is, hey, Aziel, I think I am creator as a person and I'm not a maths person. So how many of y'all think y'all are good in one thing and not good at all in another thing? Is there? Yeah, so Samruddhi has. Okay, let me share one more example. As an entrepreneur, I feel I'm good in creating curriculum, like for children, for parents. I'm good in creating curriculum, teacher training sessions. But when it comes to selling, I think I am really broken in that aspect. I think I can never sell or market myself. So Harshal, I'll be there for your next session for sure on voice modulation and all those aspects. But yeah, I feel that selling as an entrepreneur is important, but that's absolutely not cup of my tea. I that's just not my cup of tea. I just can't do selling bit. I can create great curriculum. I can get my mentors, review my curriculum and talk about it. But somewhere to convert the leads, that means to get admissions, is something that I feel that I just can't do it honestly. Now I want you to write down. So it's going to be your own reflection mode, okay? Uh, write what are you good at. So I am a dash person. So for example, I am a creative person and I am not a dash person. So I am not a maths person. So kindly mention what are you per se. It's for your own reflection mode so that we can go deeper into it. And let me know once you've written about it. Y'all can use the speakers, okay? Instead of hands, that also will be good. And if y'all can come on video, that will be great. Anyone who can share what are you good at and what are you not good at?
Guys,
Yeah,
please
please
don't,
go ahead and
I'm not
share.
sure. Can you see the raised hands, ma'am?
Yes, Samruddhi. And there are two more. Rimjim. Yeah, please go ahead and share. Yeah. And that's fine now. We are not going to judge anyone. So just be open to yourself. You'll get to know more about yourself in the coming time. Okay. Yes, please.
I am a creative and organized person. I am not a maths person.
Okay, same. Oh, lovely. So I've got a match, a twin with, yeah, great. Someone else who would like to share?
Same, ma'am. I am terrible, like literally terrible at maths, but good with psychology, English, and organizing work.
Lovely. Okay, great. So there are many, so next session should be on maths, I guess, then. Shaswat?
Um, so I'm good at socializing with people, and I think I'm bad at like academics in general.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, cool. Can I share my screen? Thank you for sharing your experiences, and I hope the rest are making a note of your own thought process. That will really help. Can I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you can do it.
Great. Yeah, thank you. So let me. Okay. I hope this is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Great, great. Thanks a lot. So yes, my name is Aziel Marquez, and today we'll be focusing majorly on growth mindset. We have already spoken about this. I am a person, dash person, and I'm not a dash person, right? Now I'm going to tell you a small story. And the story is about this girl, a young girl. So she was born and brought up in Bombay, and very cute, as you can see, smiley, naughty kind of a feel that she has on her face. And she was very physically active, played a lot of sports, was very good in studies. but she had a speech problem. She would stammer. So how many of y'all have seen that movie of Shah Rukh Khan where he goes and says, Kiki Kiran? Did anyone really watch that? He had that dialogue, Kiki Kiran in Dar, movie Dar. So that kind of a movie brought a lot of fame to Shah Rukh Khan. But for this girl, it brought a lot of pain because she did not only stammer, that means stretching the word, but she also stuttered. That means unclear speech. So instead of saying Kiki Kiran, she would end up saying Kiki Kilan. So in Hindi, it is also called as totli or totlapan. Okay. So where you stutter. So she had two speech problems, stammering and stuttering. People will actually, her friends, neighbors will actually bully her, tease her. And because of that pain, she stopped talking to anyone. She just stopped interacting with just anyone, not even a family or friends. Because that pain was so gross, she just gave up on even trying to talk to anyone. And that not only impacted her speech, but as she stopped participating in activities, other areas also got affected. And there was a lot of negativism that she kept on building on herself, a lot of negativism. So first of all, she was not good in speech. Secondly, the rest of our areas also were impacted, studies, sports, what she was really good at, everything was impacted. But during this journey of hers, as she kept on growing, she had a good family support. There were some good friends that she had and some great teachers. But most importantly, she herself felt that what am I doing to myself? And this is at the age of 14, 15, okay? That's when she started realizing, what am I doing to myself? What will my future be kind of? Where am I going to be in a couple of years? Will I be as broken as I am today? Or will I really see the light in the future? And during this journey of hers, as I said, at the age of 14, when hi, the greeting, hi, hello, my name is so and so, comes so naturally even for a 2 and 3-year-old. But this girl, she will practice nearly 10,000 times in her mind, hi, 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 trying to just practice without stammering and stuttering to build that confidence level. So even at the age of 14, to practice that 2-letter word, she literally would go bonkers. Imagine practicing something for a para where you have to introduce yourself or pitch yourself and talk to others. She will go crazy. But now, couple of years later, fast forward, say 10, 15 years later, um, as she has grown, she has trained more than 500 preschools and schools, more than 1,500 teachers, trained nearly 7,500 students and parents, and presented a research at national, international level. The speech that was the biggest barrier, the speech that really broke her down completely as a child, was a blessing when she started growing up because of the efforts that she did, because of the efforts that she really put in. Any guesses on who this famous girl is? She's pretty famous. Any guesses? Who is she? Any guess? Who is she? Which famous personality is she? Hello? Hello?
Mom, we can hear you.
Any guesses? Who is she? Anyone that you know of? Yes or no? It's fine. Even if you don't know, just say no. No clue.
I
No
don't
clue.
think anybody knows.
No? Okay, cool. It's obvious that y'all will not know because that's me. So I'm not famous, but that's me. So before even starting off the session, did you ever think that I would stammer and stutter all my childhood? And now, so many years later, I have come to the stage where I am kind of conducting the sessions at different point at different levels, right? And that is very important. And I'll tell you who's the biggest villain in this process. Any guesses? Who's the villain who's all present not only in, was present not only in my life, but there's a villain who's present in all of your lives as well. Any clue? And that's pretty dangerous, okay? So it's better y'all be aware of that. Who do you think is the biggest villain
Ourselves.
or biggest? Yeah.
Ourself, man.
No,
Sorry.
our own selves.
Our own self. Yes. Our own self. Very close, but a little more closer. If you could get. Our self is big, right? We are
Our
really
mind.
our mind. Okay, cool. Clue. Very good.
Fear.
Fear. Exactly. The biggest villain that is there is fear. Because of this fear, we don't even give a try. We don't even uh, take that step to attempt an activity or to attempt to do something. That fear kind of stops us at every level. That fear stopped me from talking. What will people talk about me? What will people say? That I stammer, I stutter, that I have unclear speech, they can't understand me. And that fear kept on grappling my complete existence, and that fear is exactly that because of which we don't like maths. That's a fear that uh, makes us run away from maths or any other things that we don't like in reality. There is a particular video I would like to show you all. Okay, watch this video and let me know what are your thoughts on it. Just a moment.
We can't hear the sound, ma'am.
Okay. Just is there any place that I need to click on?
Ma'am, I think you need to share the presentation. I'm not sure if you're doing that. Like,
I am sharing the presentation and the video is not visible, right?
no,
Ma'am,
ma'am,
the
we
video
can
is
see the
visible.
video. We cannot hear it. Um,
Ma'am, is it possible for you to share the link on our mail?
Because only have that option of where. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Ma'am, when you share the screen now, there would be an option to include audio. So you have to manually turn on that option. So now you have to stop sharing and reshare again.
So after clicking on reshare on share button, what option will I get?
Include computer audio.
Share sound or something like that.
Ma'am,
Uh,
you can share the link on
yeah,
our
yeah, yeah, yeah.
mail ID.
Yes. Good. Thank you.
Oops, a torn piece of paper. See how it's actually torn? A torn piece of paper is just the beginning. See how they made the mistake into an alligator's mouth? Oops, every spill. What could this be? Every spill has lots and lots of possibilities. Oops, a bent piece of paper is something to celebrate. Oops, a little drip of paint. Uh-oh, what could this be made into? Dandelions? A sea turtle? If you turn it sideways, sometimes you'll see other things. What do you see? A little drip of paint. Oops, lets your imagination run wild. So they saw two little pigs, one's driving a car. Very creative. Oops, a scrap of paper can be fun to play with. A smudge and a smear. Oops. What could they turn that into? A smudge and a smear can make magic appear. A rabbit and fishing with a fishing pole. A stain. Oops. A stain has potential if you play with its shape. A little frog playing in the mud. Holes in your paper. Oops. Holes in your paper are worth exploring. What did they do here? Whoa, it pops out. So the mistake, they turned it into, it looks like a little accordion almost, and it has a little creature popping or peeking out. Kind of hard to see though. Oops. When you think you've made a mistake, see how the scribbles have a little flower in it? When you think you've made a mistake,
So what are your thoughts on this particular video so far that you have seen? What does it communicate to you?
Ma'am, every mistake has a hidden possibility.
Yes, lovely, Ria. So every mistake has a hidden possibility, and if we are able to see that, nothing like it. It really helps us, and that is going to be possible only if we give a try, only if we are going to attempt doing that particular activity, or kind of pushing ourselves to an uncomfortable zone. It's only then will we see the light of it. It's only then we are going to see something really beautiful beyond. So even as an entrepreneur, we will come across a lot of situations where we'll get ideas. But those ideas in particular, when you see it in the light of what problems really exist. For example, the problem of waste, right? That is a big problem. That's really, it's really killing our entire ecosystem. But there are entrepreneurs who are working and trying to figure out a solution to that problem, to the mistakes that we are doing. And they are not only finding a solution, but they're finding a scalable solution. So in this manner, they are not only solving the problem, but they're also benefiting from it because they are going to earn profits on it. So it's important that when we are also trying to find mistakes or problems, we keep that what could be the potential or possibilities because of this problem that can come in. That could help many people in the society, right? So that's really important. Now, when we started, we had taken that sentence, right? I am a dash person, but I am not a dash person. So I said I'm a creative person, but I'm not a maths person. And quite a few really echoed the same statement as well. Now I want you to think, when it's growth mindset, instead of saying that I am not that person, I am not good at maths, I don't like maths, we start saying that, okay, I can learn anything I want to. When I'm frustrated with maths, when I'm frustrated with any other thing in life, and when I feel that I really can't do it, I can still say that instead of giving up, I can persevere. I can keep going on. I can keep doing. I can keep attempting. So the growth mindset is by Carol Dweck. I think one of the beautiful person who has coined this term growth mindset. Please have a there are quite a few TED Talks of hers. Watch at least one TED Talk on growth mindset by Carol Dweck. It talks about how you can change the language of I cannot do something to like I can do it if I attempt or if I give it a try. And more importantly, what we need to also understand is that the efforts is something that really will take us ahead. Because if we have that hope that yes, like I had that hope that yes, I will talk one day, I will really speak one day, I started putting a lot of efforts in practicing, in attending training sessions, in kind of being in front of the mirror and practicing day in and day out. That was possible because I had that hope that yes, I can do it. Yes, I will do it and I'll show it. In the same way, when we as an entrepreneur, we'll come across many things, many situations in life, in personal and professional life, where we feel that we just can't do it. And at that point, it's important to kind of, as someone said, the mind plays a major role. So at that point, to wire our mind in such a manner that we start giving, we start communicating to our mind positive languages, like I can do it. So one of my latest example that I really did was, I just told you that I am good at product development and I am bad, extremely bad when it comes to sales, right? Uh, so when I launched my homeschool program, so I developed curriculum to teach children. So when I developed this homeschool program, my first batch, um, all the admissions came not because of me, it came because of some other people in my network. Whoever I try to convey, communicate, try to convert, none of them converted. And that at that point, I felt that I'm useless, meaning as an entrepreneur, I can't even sell my own program. I can't even sell my own, like, uh, kind of make people, motivate people to kind of buy my own program. Literally all my admissions of my batch one came because of people in my network and not because of me. There was no problem with the curriculum. My mentors, my experts in the field reviewed my curriculum and they said this is one of the best curriculum that is being there. But the problem lied that in me for when it came with respect to communicating my own self to others. Because of my problem with respect to speech, I always felt that I can't communicate with others. I always had that confidence, lack of confidence level, lack of self-esteem, and that really comes against my entrepreneurial journey. And I'm telling you this because today or tomorrow you will come across that crossroad where you will feel that, am I really an entrepreneur? Will I be really myself because of the baggage that we really have in our own self? 1 month later, I launched my batch 2. I was literally on the verge of saying that I am a good product person. I am not an entrepreneur, because as an entrepreneur, we need to create solutions, but we need to also be able to communicate with others and say, hey, listen, this is what I have and this is how it will impact you. You have that problem, here is the solution for it. And as an entrepreneur, if you can't stand and talk about your own program, about things that you do, who else will do it for you, right? And at that point, when my first batch rolled out, I really felt that, oh, it's rolled out great, but am I really an entrepreneur? Was a big question mark. It was like, will I be able to succeed in future? Will I be able to really roll out my upcoming batches or no? 1-2 days, I slept out of frustration, out of that guilt that I could not do it. And then I just woke up and I said, let's go back and see how best I can rework on my pitching, on the way I communicate my program to others, to the parents per se. 1 month later, I had my batch 2 rolled out. In batch 2, all the admissions that came in was because of my conversion. All the admissions that came in was literally only because of on the way that I communicated with parents, and only those parents converted. So in 1 month, if a change can happen, a transformation can happen, it can happen even to you. But for that is the kind of language that you have to start using. That yes, I was not able to do it earlier. I just could not do it earlier for whatever ABC reason. But there is a possibility that I will do it in future. And for that to happen, I have to keep trying. And that is the power of yet. That means it hasn't happened, but yet I trust and believe and will put all my efforts to achieve it. And today or tomorrow, you'll start seeing the effort, the outcomes of all the pains that you went through while training yourself, while developing yourself. So it's really, really keen on what you really talk to yourself. So instead of saying that I can't do this, try saying I can do this by taking ABC steps. I am not meant to do this. I just can't sell, or I just can't do maths. Hold on. You can do maths if you start learning every step to it. If you take the right mentor with you, if you attend the proper training sessions, even you will start learning maths, and even you can flourish in maths. I'm taking this maths example because quite a few mentioned of that. But any example if you take, the moment you say this is not my cup of tea, listen, the cup is yours, the water is yours, what you want to make is yours. It's up to you what you want to do it. I would like to quote what Carol Dweck, who really created this growth mindset concept, mentioned. In growth mindset, challenges are exciting rather than threatening. The very fact we think that, oh, this is a challenge, the fear comes on us. That's why we don't like maths, because there is a fear. What will I fail? What will happen if I fail? Right? So rather than thinking, oh, I'm going to reveal my weakness, you say, wow, I'm going to learn something new today. So with that mindset, you will be able to achieve anything possible. Anything. Even if the world says you can't, even if you say you can't, The moment you mention yes, I can, you can get over there and get going. And Richard Branson, like in entrepreneurs thing, Richard Branson, the Virgin Atlantic, he's a very famous personality, right? He has mentioned failure is the stepping stone to success. And I'm sure even Arshal will agree. None of the entrepreneurs have succeeded in the first go. They have literally started off 3-4 startups, closed it down, went into bankruptcy, and only then their fourth of a startup was a success. And that will be a story, that may be a story even of yours. So don't give up in the first go. Give a try, learn from it, and see how can you become better every moment. So with this, I think I would like to invite you to go back to your statement, I am a dash person and I'm not a dash person, and reconsider on what language will you use to yourself so that you could kind of become better in that particular area. It could be maths. If maths is something really important in your daily life, start using a positive language towards it. Anyone who will give it, who would like to give a try, on what language would you like to use to show positivity towards maths and towards your effort towards maths? Anyone would like to give a go? And there's no right or wrong answer. It's your answer. So it's obviously right. Anyone or any questions that you have?
Ma'am, should we jump? Yes, dear. Are you asking the question?
No, no, continue.
Okay, so should we jump to the Q&A session with you and Harshal sir both?
Sure, sure.
Okay, so
Harshal
let's
sir, are you
move
here?
on.
Harshal sir, are you here?
Yes, I am there.
Yes, we'll start a Q&A session with you and Azil, ma'am.
Sure, sure. I am here.
Great. Yes, we are.
Correct.
On to you.
So we've got a few set of questions for both of you. First, I'll ask to Azir ma'am. So ma'am, our first question is, how can we differentiate between a growth mindset and a toxic optimism?
A growth mindset and a toxic optimism. Any example of toxic optimism that you could give? Like the one who posed this question, is they would like to elaborate. Maybe we could take that example and move forward from there. And I could maybe share, and then Arshal could share with respect to, like, what would you consider toxic optimism to be?
Ma'am, probably doing something in a wrong way and expecting the positive response from that particular incident.
Being
Okay.
overly optimistic, maybe. That is what the speaker is trying to ask.
Cool. So, to be honest, I look at this manner that there is no one way to reach our destination, and there is no one particular way. Uh, like in maths, there are multiple ways of reaching the same answer or the same solution to it, right? So even in life it's worse. There's nothing, no right or wrong. Whatever you decide is right. The only thing is you need to go back, reflect on what steps did you take if it is not giving you the desired result. Obviously, when we start something, we look at, okay, what should be the outcome. So for example, if I start my batch on homeschooling, I expect that I should have at least this number of admissions. If I'm not getting this number of admissions for whatever reason, I need to step back and say, what steps did I take to reach my target audience, and where did I falter? So that reflection is a key for growth mindset. It's a key to realize every step that I've taken as well. So I think pause and look back is what I will say, regardless about overtly being optimist, or even if things are working out, it's important to take a pause and say, think of what's going right as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
I
That
hope
really
I am.
helped. That really helped us. And our next question is for Harshal sir. Sir, how are observation skills related to effective communication?
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Okay, I'll repeat. How are our observation skills related to effective communication?
Okay. As I told you, uh, observation again, it is of two ways. One is observing the things which are exactly in front of you, and second is observing those things which are behind what we are actually observing now. That is what Hazel ma'am just told you. We are looking at something, and behind that there is some meaning hidden, but we don't reach up to that level. So observation is very important. And the next thing what you said, observation and
Effective
how is it
communication.
important
How
for
does it help
communication,
in
right?
effective communication, sir?
Effective communication, yeah. So now if you don't observe, so in communication what happens, suppose say uh, I'm not observing the things which are in front of me. I'll not get the idea of what I have to effectively communicate. For example, uh, if there is a person in front of you who is demanding something, suppose for an example, a very vague example I'll give you, not on to the point. I don't know what point. See, question पूछने वाले ने कौन से mindset से question पूछा है मुझे पता नहीं है. But I am giving you something different example, not the actual example. Maybe. Suppose some person who is coming to you and he is a needy person. He wants some deal done with you. He is trying to say that how you will get benefit because of him. So here you need to have an observation. Who is coming to you? Why he is coming to you? Is he really that person that he is pretending? So these all things come under observation. So जिस तरीके से आपका observation होगा, the same way you will deal with that person. If you feel the person is fake, you will effectively deal with the person. So definitely, I don't know what exact agenda is behind this question. So I would not be able to answer this exactly. I want some details behind it. Because observation on which lines, that in detail we have to tell ना. Observation तो observation होता है. आप कौन से observation की बात कर रहे हो?
So supposing in a conversation, in like we are conversing with a second person, say as an example. So do you think that the observation skills are needed while conversing with that particular person?
Yes, observation skill are needed because अभी आप जो मुझसे बात कर रहे हो, आप फंबल हो रहे हो कि नहीं हो रहे हो, फिर आप जो बोल रहे हो, whatever you are speaking, what is your mindset? Are you confident? Are you not? If you are not confident and I am dealing with you, I will not hand over any project to you. So that is my observation. Secondly, Observation also has some in-depth meaning, which I can't discuss it right now. We need to have one same session afterwards, after this session, because observation is a vast topic.
Yes, sir. So this really helped.
And also
And
one more thing, expressions. See, observing the expressions with whom you are communicating with, it will help you. If the person is understanding, if the person is not understanding, then you please try to communicate कि okay, ठीक है, आपके expression से मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा है, I am not getting from your expressions, so talk to me more so that I'll explain you. So this is what the communication is. So right now I did the same thing, na? Right now I observed you, I was not clear, I asked you what is the exact thing behind it. I observed the meaning behind your question. I observed your explanation. And then if I am talking to you, it will be effective communication. It's very simple.
yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your answer. Let's move on to our next question. And this question is to Azia ma'am. So what are some fundamental strategies for a growth mindset? According to you, ma'am, what do you think are some fundamental strategies to have a growth mindset?
So first of all, to identify the area that is pulling you down. So there are two aspects. One is a growth mindset. The other is fixed mindset. Fixed mindset means I just can't do maths, is a fixed mindset. So to be able to identify what are those fixed mindsets, that the beliefs that we have in ourselves, that is kind of inhibiting our progress, that is coming in the way of our progress. So first, identify. Second, how can you change the language from I can't to something, at this moment I am not able to do it, but I would be able to do it by doing ABC strategies, by either attending a training session, going back or taking some online class, having a tutor, whatever. So there are multiple ways of trying to find answer or solution to it. So trying to seek those solutions as well. So yeah, identifying and then working out the strategies towards it will be is crucial for growth mindset.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we have another question for Harshal sir. Sir, so not everyone will be a very good communicator. Someone might have some issues like communicating what is on their mind and things like that. So, to such kind of people, what type of tips or what are the tips that you would like to give to such kind of people who will be facing some issues in communication? Sir, kindly unmute yourself.
Okay. The solution to this is very simple. Be organized in your thoughts. Simple. If you want to communicate and if you are confused, if you don't have the points, if the points are overlapping with each other, separate those points. First, I will talk about this. Next, I will talk about this. Third, I will talk about this. Write it down on a piece of paper. Write down your thoughts. Rehearse it. Just remember the sequence. Okay, first is this point, then is this point, then is that point. For example, first I'll introduce myself. Then I'll talk about what business I have. Third, I will talk about what are the USP and what are the services I offer. And then maybe I tell someone, okay, this is my visiting card. You can visit my studio. Communication is very simple. If we are organized, if thoughts are organized, everything starts from brain. Please remember. And that is the same thing which Aziel ma'am told. अगर आपने उनका सुना होगा, तो she told it so wonderfully. It's really nice. I'm really happy that she told a different perspective. And I told about organizing the thoughts. So I guess दोनों के जो lectures है, it was complicating each other, complementing each other. Complementary था.
Yes,
I
sir.
hope my solution is very simple.
Yes, sir,
And if
absolutely.
you are not able to talk, rehearse it. And if then also you are not able to talk, my class is always open.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for the answer. And we really had a great session with both of you. We hope to have more in the future. And we have finally come to the end of this great interactive workshop. So I call upon our president, Ms. Rituja Dongre, to give the vote of thanks. Rituja?
Thank you, Ria. So with this, we come to the end of the session. Thank you so much, Harshal sir, Azil ma'am, for the amazing session. I'm sure all of us learned a lot. Thank you, Seema ma'am, Bhavna ma'am, for helping us conduct the whole thing. And yes, and so we will definitely reach out to you for further collaborations with Amity University Mumbai. And since you have given us so much information today, we will definitely try and work out these things in our future communications, in our future presentations of self, introductions of self, which Harshal sir started with today, and then Azil ma'am, all of the growth that you told us that you had in your own life, that was really inspiring for us to, go ahead and do what we think, we should do, but we are setting back because we're not sure if we'll be able to achieve it. So your story is a big example of, you if you try hard enough, you can achieve anything you want. So thank you so much for both of your collaborative effort. And yes, sir, as you just said, this was supposed to complement, each of your personalities, because we really thought that both of your titles were quite correlative. That is why we had the session on the same day for both of you. Thank you so much for all your effort, your time. It was very informative and important. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Seema ma'am, would you like to
Yeah,
say?
yeah. Thank you, Harshal sir, Azil madam. It was really very informative. In fact, we were talking about your own, your own experiences, and at the same time, students were, they were getting all kind of information. So mistakes do happen in life, and it's always we have to keep ourselves learning, and that's more important. And we need to have a positive affirmations, So that is how we can be successful in life. So that's what I learned from this entire thing. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Okay, with this, we can conclude the session. I'll end the meeting. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye-bye.